now we reverted back to the mean of this range. And what is he talking about? Okay, well, this price range, 19.8 to 5,800, has a midpoint, right? And it just so happens that we are on that midpoint right now. I mean, it couldn't be more perfect. 11.1. I mean, literally bouncing off the midpoint of this bigger range right now. So what does that tell me? Well, it tells me a couple of things, right? One, I think we're back in a sort of fair price zone for Bitcoin. Now, we're going to see a decisive move up or down. Well, no one has a crystal ball, so no one is going to tell you that somebody's not going to dump hundreds of billions of dollars on the market or pull it out, right? There's only a couple of $100 billion in this market, so all of a sudden somebody sells $10 million worth of Bitcoin, it affects the price, right? And I mean, those are just facts. That's where we're going. So, let's talk about that, right? Well, I mean, let's look at some indicators now. I don't again, we talked about naked price action. So we're literally just looking at the price and a trend. So the trend, an overall upward trend, right? So this is an upward trend. No one's going to argue with me that. Now, maybe when we get here, we could say, okay, well, this is ranging. But the trend, in my opinion, if you zoom out and you're still looking at, say like your monthly, I mean, it's clearly still up, right? So that's an uptrend until it's not. Now we're consolidating under this line, right? Which means we're just kind of bouncing back and forth, and no one's really winning, right? You'll hear the bears and the bulls, which is basically just buying and selling, but no one's really doing anything right now. It's consolidation. It's kind of bouncing back and forth. So what would I expect from that? Well, if we zoom back into the daily and take a look at those ranges, right now, I'd be expecting us to do some further consolidation until, the market decides we're going to make some sort of move here. Now, there are some indicators that can help you figure out short-term and long-term kind of what the price action is going to do. But again, those factors are based on your analysis and your trend analysis, and nothing's ever perfect. So if you're trading, especially with leverage, always make sure you're setting your stops in the right places. You're mitigating risk by only, I don't want to say gambling, but your position is only a certain size of your overall capital. And if you have any questions, about risk or how to set risk or kind of the basics of that sort of thing, just let me know and we can talk about that, or whisper me, DM. Twitters are always open. I plan on helping people that want to help themselves, and I'll let everybody else do whatever they want or think whatever they want. I really don't care. So one of the indicators that I do like to use is a MACD on Bitcoin, and this is a really nice tool available in TradingView. Again, this is a free account, and it's just a favorite that I have saved. These are kind of some of the favorites that I like to use, but this one is by Chris Moody, and he has a bunch of really nice tools available to you for free again, and this is called the MACD Custom Indicator. It also has the histogram along with an alert line here, and it shows you the crossovers from when it actually, from when the trend lines cross over. So those are nice indicators to kind of see, okay, well, here's a crossover here, so maybe that's bearish, right? And it turns out, well, that definitely was. So here's the cross between your signal lines, and we had a nice move down. The histogram shows the weight, how much leverage, how much volume was actually sold. So that was a pretty big, sell candle there. Since that July 16, though, volume has kind of decreased. Now, if we go look at BitMEX, which is what I would consider, besides Bitfinex, one of the more popular trading exchanges, it's definitely one of the more popular for leverage, especially for new people. we can kind of look at a daily chart, and this is CryptoWatch. So again, free, available at your disposal, really nice setup. Um, you can also see all of the cryptos on one page, which we'll go look at. If you have any questions about that, let me know. But this also will kind of show the similar histogram on the daily. And you can see we had, this upwards movement kind of marked on the histogram, but it kind of looks like our signal line's looking to make a cross. So, based on that, short term on my daily chart, I'd probably be expecting us to go down and test this again, right? Just because it looks like we made our sell, or I'm sorry, we made our purchases, we got our volume, we kind of bounced off that trend line, it was rejected, now it kind of looks like our signal line wants to go down, right? That's okay. It's natural buying and selling. Every market is supposed to do that, right? You want to be scared of a market when people aren't taking profit. So short term, I'd expect us to test this 11.1, maybe bounce up 11.6. But this trend line is being respected so well right now. Why would I think it wouldn't be? I have no data to associate that. I don't know any rich people in Asia that are about to dump any money on the market right now. Now maybe Dilemma does, right? Maybe he's got some insider information, but I don't. So I base my decisions on what I can actually see, and that's what's in front of me. Now, if I were to look to make a trade out of this, would I go short, bouncing off this, line here? I don't know. That's more for the high risk traders. That's not me. I'm looking to accumulate. I'm looking for low risk. Even when I was day trading way back here, in this range, I barely slept. I was up at 3 or 4 in the morning. It was extremely stressful. It's just not my cup of tea. I like the robot trading that I'm doing now. I don't have to pay attention to it. It allows me to do whatever I want. It's definitely allowing me to do these shows again. And quite frankly, I did well, and I didn't want to give it back. And that's exactly what would have happened right here. So you just see a lot of people got chopped up, is what you'll hear. Right? A lot of volatility in the market. It's really tough to trade stuff like that manually unless you're very short time frames. Meaning somebody is literally putting in a trade, waiting 15, 20 minutes, and then done. So time frames, how you're trading, your styles, those are all specific to traders. And, it takes people a long, long time to develop those kind of styles. So anyone that's trying to rush into something like that, it's probably going to get wrecked. So, if you want to learn the hard way, there's nothing wrong with that, but you might want to start off with, say, a $100 account or a $500 account. So when it gets liquidated, and it will, right, you don't lose your life savings, right? And if I can help somebody not lose their life savings, then I'm going to feel good at the end of the day. And that's just all there is to it, right? It's the kind of risk you're associating with your trading, and if you don't know what that is, you really have no business doing it. Now, if you're just looking to pick up a little Bitcoin, well, that's easy, and it's getting easier every day. That's a kind of a separate topic conversation, but that's the kind of speed that I like talking about right now. Talking about all the cool things like Cash App and how easy it is to buy Bitcoin and send it to people now, and the Engine wallet, and not to mention that, but Bitcoin's got a lot of exposure in the world markets now, and is the Chinese yuan necessarily correlated to Bitcoin on like a one-on-one level? Well, I don't know, but